Welcome on back and gather round, gang. It's time for some more Age of Wonders 4 Thrones of Blood. We are back here in Rua Dravania 4 as a little bit of a siege against Mavelith's forces. Are there very many of them behind these walls? No, but our siege is so much fun. Yes, so we're going to go ahead and send these zombies all the way forward. And the bats as well, just to get their attention. And we can also hit Alt and then just have them chop through a couple of these caltrops here. Now the volume back on my side, same thing with this bear, just start chopping through these caltrops. I think we can use the net to get a couple of them, or the web that is. Maybe not. We do have Demolisher, so we can use the spiders to get through the walls, which is fantastic. Oh, we can't actually alt destroy these, that's too bad. Well, defense mode for you then. Everyone else is going to get as close to the enemy as we can here. Knock out those caltrops. And then we might as well zap. If we can give the catapult here Misfortune, that'd be hilarious. I mean, of course we did give it Misfortune. Let's move over this way and take out these caltrops. And you can start working on the walls. We shall bring them down. Now, we can't get close enough. We can't get close enough to turn them into a blood parasite here next turn, which is always amusing. Stay behind and go for... None of the negatives happen, which is too bad. Yes, we have the Bless now. So what we did build in between turns were a couple of items, miscellaneous items. Let's see if I can show you here. Yes, called the Femur of Blessings, and a couple of our heroes have these, and they allow us to use a free action Bless ability, which is really good. Bolstered resistance, fortune, and strengthen. I mean, of course, we're likely going to use it on himself, but someone needs to be blessed. And then we can go ahead and hit the old Blood Blight. Enjoy your parasites, fools. Also, since we have that landmark controlled, since we are in sunless terrain, any bleeding has a chance of just turning into these parasites, which is so cool. This might be my favorite version of evil to play. Combination of necromancy, and we may just throw the animals out of the mix entirely and just make it full necromancy with the death cult, but this is fun too. Wee bit of damage on the pull the spider, that was a mistake. Also, if there's anyone from Triumph playing, I actually would like to see the spiders be able to crawl over walls, only the spiders. Same as, so make it something similar to, what do these guys get frozen? Something similar to flying, but only for obstacles where they can climb over them. That'd be really cool. Razor net. Here. I hear you all going, no, 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 don't make the spiders better. Listen, it'll be fine, I promise. Scarlet Plague. And thankfully you can turn into a parasite, even without being a biological entity, which is awesome. Yeah, I guess we just get through the... Try to take out the walls. This retaliation is going to be brutal. The bats in to bother their healers. We can always get them killed and then bring them back immediately, or just summon in the matriarch. Oh, you can do that wherever you'd like. That's pretty amazing. Torment removed. I'm not worried about torment. We have razor webs. Now, something we would get at least a single bit of decaying. Such is not the way. Oh, we'll go ahead and fly in behind the walls and Echoing Shriek. Their healer, like I said. Beautiful. Spiders, you're going to be in charge of just knocking out more of those caltrops. Oh, or just standing on them because the alt fire didn't work. That's fine too, I guess. Yeah, have the spiders. Well, they're going to have to take damage to clear, but that's fine. One bit of bleeding is not going to hurt them that bad. Misfortune. They should be able to get behind the walls by doing the death leap. It pushes the catapult off their tower. Rather strange looking. Let's knock out these caltrops. We have a way in. And that should be our turn. Oh, here's what we'll do. We shove Death Waltz. That will be get the parasite standing in place either way. Sitting down here is hilarious looking. It rocks back and forth. Yeah, the rocking, so they're not very well balanced, but when it's on the ground, I'm not sure what it's about. Now, we are constricted, so we're going nowhere, which is more of a danger for them than me. The maggots are insane! Keeps going for the freeze here, which is kind of funny, but also, whatever. Not that big a deal. Would rather not have to worry about the catapults at all, so let's just go ahead and tear them down. What a blessing. Kill these mages. Swooping strikes from... We'll see if the fledglings manage to survive. I'll throw the mammoth spiders out. I don't think it can actually reach anyone, which is too bad. We could use it to kill... Which would be kind of dumb, wouldn't it? In a bit of a dangerous spot here. 50% chance to hit. We'll try to kill... Oh, a double miss. Well, that's too bad. Razor web. We at least got the slow on both. You already bleeding? Yes, you are, so we'll hit this one to heal. Hit this one to heal. Scarlet Plague will just kill. And summon a maggot in its place. Which is, I'd say, very worth it. Devour the corpse you emerged from, and then take down the shadow. Let's bring the polar bear away. Beautiful the catapult. We have cleared a path through the caltrop, so it should be able to get up here without taking any more bleed damage. More than we already have taken. Also, it bounced in, pushed the catapult down, and then got thrown back outside the walls. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Though at least that sounds like what happened, but I'm not sure why. Oh yes, maggots, go ahead and have a snack. Target cannot be affected. Ew. They emerge next to the tower, that makes sense. We could just drop a big bomby agonize down. Doesn't gonna really matter though. It only torments enemies, so I don't see a reason not to use our ample amounts of magic. Ooh, waiting for some misfortune. Interesting. I mean, they might manage to bring the spider down, which is gonna be unfortunate if they do. Ooh, with a catapult, they definitely can. That's too bad. Ooh, especially with that crit. Good for you. Managed to survive, though. Just barely. What is happening? Oh, our insane units are killing our bats. Such is the way. We'll send you after these mages. Same thing here. Maggot, go find you some shadows to munch upon. It's got the blood parasite. We'll have the unit that's already basically dead swing in. You fought hard. They fumbled too, which is great. Get some flanks. Scream at the shadow. And the Bears pretty much well, they have one bear. Or damage, they are pretty much useless. It's equal to the maggots. If the maggots can get strengthened, so it's not destroyed. Go stand over there or something, bear. Away from harm. Break your spirit. Transfer some life over here. And we kill the shadow with a web strike. So there's some more health. We need to get this spider away without getting it killed. Oh, well that's how we do it there. Enjoy your plague. Don't know if the life seed's actually gonna work as intended. No, it didn't, probably because they transformed. Well, we can't really escape that effectively unless I move you over and then... Oh, you've been constricted. Of course. There we needed death bolts. Otherwise, it is just gonna die. Ooh, we missed. Yeah, that's fine. Bring our lord in. Go for the... Is there any corpses to rip? We could raise a zombie here. Get even more units just in the way. Alright, well, we passed. Get another round of blessing. You almost need to have this late it on the max speed. Just with all the buffs. And then we hit him with the Scarlet Plague. As your blood ruptures from your veins. 42 gold, lots of mana and food. And that's the Burg of Ceaseless Wailing control. Do we have enough to absorb this? We do. Well, I think we just want to migrate it because I do not really want the flagellant screechers. No thanks. Migration will kill 3 of the city's population. Oh no. Whatever shall we do? Alright, well that's Mavelet's first town down. Now we march on... I mean, I'd say we march on the Thorned Citadel. I mean, that does give us the Blood of Consorts, doesn't it? If we kill her, just avoid the story altogether and go just slaughter the vampires. Seems to be the best course of action, actually. We might heal more else. Well, we will heal more, absolutely, in our province. Yep, just go ahead and move up a width. She had no armies on this side, which is great. Being at war with both the other 2 factions is definitely hindering her here. Alright, excellent. What can we build and or recruit? Wild Speaker. I mean, our blood cultists are leading the way. Let's get a couple more of our tier 2 mages. Death Guards are great too for their ability to heal. And since we are getting into the late game, more and more of our enemy units are going to be larger, so spears will do more damage. We pass. Alright, our turn again. So what we're going to do is set up in our own provinces here. So we're just going to walk across, and I'd say this quarry map will be a good one for us if she decides to fight. Either way, we're just going to defend our provinces here with a couple of our units. Lovely. Blood Meadow, you've got to get another construction up and running. Vivisection Ritual. Throne of Blood gives us the Stygian Observers and... Next 10 world map turns vampires don't suffer from sunlight weakness. How do we get that up and running? The Blood Moon Ritual. Spells that cause thralls have their thrall cost reduced. It's all pretty great. And maybe we want the Workers Guild. We can take it out later, so it's one of those where we'll keep the guild for now. It allows us to build a lot quicker and has some nice fortification. and then we can destroy it to make room for another guild. Seems like a great idea. Blood altar, gain mana for victory. We don't really need that right now. Extra food for even more growth does sound pretty nice. Portal of Flesh is also going to give us food and draft, which we could use a good deal at draft. Let's go ahead and set up the Arcade Institute. Doesn't matter what, we can always use more knowledge. They're building up an army over here too. I'd like to attack. Here's what we'll do. Let's go burn this and stand on their Archon blood so they don't have access to it anymore. Then we can summon some animals to make sure they're safe. So summon one here, we get a Gortos Piglet or a Dia Penguin. Let's grab the charge attacker. The shock unit, and we can do that twice. Not if I use the wrong spell, whoops. Well, that's not great. Oh, we can turn something into grasslands if they don't already have it. How exciting. It doesn't really matter. Drop that down to the Berg of Ceaseless Wailing here. We can't drop it down to here because we've just wasted. We've wasted a spell. Oh, grassy, yes. Well, that's the way it is. Don't really need to go for the blood transfer ritual just yet. Your orders are set. We also want to make sure we conquer the Berg of Ceaseless Wailing without any issues, because that'll give us Archon. Ow. Glorious. Alright, from there, I believe we passed Lightning Bolts, Hindering Blizzard, or Blooming Life. You know what? We could pick up a healer. If only we had a little bit more gold. In fact, Dorak, let's talk. I shall settle some grievances. You were falsely denouncing me. See, we can't let him have a justified war, otherwise we're in trouble. So what if I just give you a Blessed Dragon? Well, I don't really want him to have any flyers. This Crown of Starblades for some gold. I need one more. Let's see if he's willing to give me any. Ring of the Inspiring Killer, doesn't really matter. 18. Well, seems like we're starting to go down in our item price. We'll just wait then. It's fine. Day 70, that grassland we just built is back to being evil. Yeah, that's just the way it works. So see, she's sending some troops over to stop us. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's just keep burning their things. We'll pillage everything and then just leave. That one shouldn't be able to make it all the way over. If it is, we're in a bit of trouble, but I'm gonna burn all your stuff. What are you going to do about it? Temple of Fertility is done, giving us food per population and draft per population, which is honestly a really, really good city structure. And honestly, I need to see if population and thrall are going to count towards that as well. They may not, but Tier 4 means, you know, we're going straight away tomes of the... Tome, there's not multiple, of the Crimson Rain. This jelly we shall use to smite our foes. Chaos and Shadow Affinity. Embrace a forgotten and corrupt magic that empowers your high-tier units and has your faction embrace an ancient form of undeath, getting the power to spread blood parasites onto your foes.
Blood carries greater power than mortals may think. Does the blood of the Archons not carry their essence? Do we not use blood as payment for our magic? Blood is where the soul resides. And so we drink to fill the void within. For the gift of the old blood demands souls to sacrifice. And we have long spent our own.
And we have long spent our own. So coagulation bolsters defense and resistance, and then at the start of combat, for each friendly non-summon tier 1 and 2 unit, you gain extra hit points and healing received in combat. And that's all for tier 3 and 4. So you want to have kind of one and like, a couple of high tier units and then a smattering of kind of minions, which is very interesting. We can summon in the Blood Exarch, which is awesome. I'm going to lock this in. We have so much mana. And then we're going to go for the Gift of the Old Blood, our major race transformation that is our other kind of undead. It's going to allow us to become... We richly imbibe blood from our Exarch, basically turning everyone into vampires. They get a Life Drinker, so as long as they are, or at least as something next to them dies, they gain Strengthen and Heal. And then base attacks have a chance of inflicting a Blood Parasite. Yes, base attacks. Glorious. I think we should also get another one of these. Not the Morbid Sacrifice, but the Desecration Rituals up and running. That way we can make sure our vampires are fighting at full strength no matter what. Definitely building up something over here. How far the rest of these can move. I would like to try to draw in a couple of these armies. We don't know how many there are, so let's go ahead and pull back. But do so in a way that allows us to be aggressive. About defending. So he can only make it to here, which is perfect. Neil has produced a Painbringer, and your chances of winning have now dropped to about 0, as long as I can get these over the front line quickly. Painbringer and Blood Meadow as well. Let me select it. Come on now. Blood Cultist up there. Well, yeah, we definitely need to keep churning out more troops. Rather aggressively, actually. Another research post now. We'll pick up just a forester here. Crypt Temple is done. Oh, fantastic. We are swimming in mana. Which we're probably going to need because we're going to be at war with everyone. Soul Vault is knowledge and Governor gains Soul Vault meditation. Periods per turn is incredible. Let's get that going. It's going to take 10 turns anyway. Long time. Death Guard here. Blood Meadow will get you another Painbringer up and running. Spend our hard-earned Imperium. Lord of Neil being tier 4 also is pretty awesome. But Night Watch, what are we building here? I think the answer is a Temple of Fertility. They really don't like having scouts near their territory, so we'll keep it moving along the outskirts of where she's got either new cities or outposts going in. They should divert troops just to keep an eye on them, which is what we want. The fear of our foes. Dig Zeus up, and then send the troops to the front line. Quickly now. The hunt's afoot. Winning and getting a unit sounds awesome, but I think we're going to go ahead and save our Imperium. Alright, the turn is ours, and we have... Well, I mean, there's some armies moving our way, but there's nothing that intimidating. They've got a lot of spearmen, but nothing very elite besides, and we are going to be empowered everything single time something dies, so let's just take a quick look at what we have here. A couple of Archon Bloods acquired, which is great. Heroes offer to join, we'll get to that in a moment. Universal camouflage in our own domain is insane. It's something we're probably going to grab. It gives us a free animal. With what we have going on, this is pretty awesome. We also can just get 750 knowledge instantly. And excavate and get moving. Beautiful, more areas to excavate. A province is being pillaged. If you're willing to pillage that at the cost of your own life, that works for me. We've got our first Painbringer down into combat. Some would consider your course of action deeply unwise. Oh, they doesn't like that I'm expanding. Get over yourself. I believe your name is the Prolific Archsire? That's quite the name you've got for yourself, sir. I wonder how you gained it. By being a prolific expansionist? Seems to be the case. Alright, save our gold for now. We want to get another hero. Check how expensive are those right now. We could resurrect someone, so we recruit them. We need 400. Alright, well, let's start working. By slaughtering all of these lads. So we'll just snooch on over. So that we're in reinforcement range and let Bloodhorn initiate combat. Rest in peace, armies of Mavelith. Ooh, I love the skin on your staff. I believe this belongs to Julia. Or at least this skin does. Army Maintenance, True Sight, Umbral Melody immunity, you can blow up obstacles, and you've got Berserker's Rage, so we won't be able to kill it in one turn. Which is annoying, but not really that big a deal. Let's see how Auto-Resolve handles it, and we're definitely fighting this one ourselves, because this is the first huge fight against Mavelith. We win, but at a pretty severe cost. Alright, pretty aggressive first posturing here. We have our Painbringers to utilize, though. They're goats with whips and bloodletting blades. Whips, hips, bloodletting blades, they're fantastic. They've got the draining strikes. We'll have to show it off, I think, here. No, even there it's going to blink. You hit an enemy, and it deals a lot of damage, and you heal for half the amount of damage you actually dealt, which is insanely good. We're going to play a little bit of the defensive game and draw them back in towards us here. Animal kinship, and we can get a little bit of the flora eaten for those buffs. Rally for 3 turns is awesome. And I think we want to blitz one side. So if I can move in and have the bat deliver the plague. Otherwise, we're going to get Alpha Strike pretty hard here. I move in. If we get him with the Parasite, is that going to hit the others around within 3 hexes? It would only hit the Gremlin. And it would only hit the Gremlin. Well, let's position for a good next turn then. Knock down the trees in the process. Zombie. Up front to lure them in, we'll use our summons next turn. And we don't want to leave this flank. Suppose we'll just bring all of the animals wide. Now you can where you're at. They shouldn't be able to reach us, so let's pass. This has to be an expensive spell. Oh, it is. 25 of her cast points. She can only use that likely 4 times. And then we immediately shed it in most cases. Okay, so you move in to stop them from moving. You as well. Gives me plenty of opportunity to use our other abilities. So let's move in right behind. I'm going to go ahead and bless the bats. Give the blight here. Move in, piggies, move in. Although let's have the shells stay up front, Painbringers at the back. We don't want to get charged. Then we start summoning the baby spiders, which can just take different defense positions. I love the little gremlin is going to be... He's going to be targeting units. So if we can just kind of distract that a little bit, that's going to be huge. Into position, bat. Let's go ahead and blast. 10 damage, lose a fair bit of morale, gain it back. All sorts of stuff going on there. Battle of the Lovers of Pain. And zombie, you're gonna move in. What of these can we do to... That's what we like to see. Causes bleeding as well, which... That was a lot more than I thought it was. Of our casting points. Well, the bleed has a chance of being flipped over into Blood Parasite, which is insanely good. That's a huge retaliation. Just go ahead and go into Dark Guard mode so you can hit them back. Yes, form a pact here. Hex of Broken Spirit. Do we really need to eat any of the... I don't think so. Let's have all of our heroes on one side. Wyvern, ranged bat, and then we shall pass. Fulmination is not nearly as scary when you're facing someone who's not from the mythic, or mystic cultures. There's a stun. Nearly killed our piglets already. Wouldn't be surprised if we do lose quite a few of our low-tier animals here, but we can just cast a well-timed. And we're gonna lose both of these summons, which is okay. Speed things up a little bit here. Using a lot of abilities. Those spiders are down, but all that is a benefit for us in the long run. All the Mortal Blessing. And let's get to work. Enjoy your Scarlet Plague, and you've got the Life Seed going as well. We can Shadow Step. Wait, you can use that every single turn? 0 cooldown? How insane. It also has Flanker too. Banebringer will use you in just a moment. There's much to do. Bats would do nothing here. We can curse the Matriarch. Run up and bite the Matriarch and bring it to our side. We'll spend a turn doing that. Mind control, drop the webs. All we need is a slow, so there's no retaliation, and now we can beat the smack out of them. They're down another knight. Getting all sorts of positives, though, from just getting hit thrice at a time. Cancel their retaliation. Go ahead and Shadow Step. Now he gets to here. Whip is not going to have a high chance of hit. We'll go 29 damage or Torment. And unit's basically neutralized. But let's make sure. Oh, we fumbled the second hit. I did that misfortune. Misfortune coming in huge. Let's transfer life to these. They lose their weakling, and we'll with the crossbolts gain some misfortune. And the immobilization just isn't happening, but that's okay. Retaliation's pretty nasty. Do we want the Deathstalker to try to take him out? They almost can. A couple of flanks, and that's no problem. And then you just Deathstalk in. Oh, hang on now, what? Did you fumble? That's too bad. Just don't want to get flanked ourselves, so we'll go ahead and take them out. Even more Mortal Blessings. Send the spiders in, we'll web up. Hey, at least get some bleeding. Web both of them there. Wyvern is definitely going to get focused down, but I think we don't really have a choice. We've just got to get them in position and stop a little bit of the damage. And if we can sneak in behind and maybe distract them, that works entirely fine for me. Do we care about losing the Gortos Piglet? Don't think so. But at the same time, it can kill a unit. It seems pretty good. Detonates, but we at least get them back. We keep healing and keep getting more and more, or at least not healing, but getting more max health. Well, I see what they're going for here. Oh, they're actually managing to rout them. Good grief. Every single unit hit the same target. He will take attrition when that happens. Yeah, them being able to steal morale is pretty incredible. Blood Maggot, go hunt down these mages, being cowards they are. Let's try to Echoing Shriek here, get rid of them. Can we teleport behind? We cannot. They get hit back. Well, just gotta step to here, go for the triple swing. Didn't actually do all that much damage. Very tanky units they are. That is a couple of corpses coming back as zombies, which is pretty awesome. Let's go here. Just a couple of crits is all we need, but it wasn't quite enough. Maybe we'll finish them off with a little bit of blood magic. Even more chance to critically hit now. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Yes, bless the Deathstalkers. Get in a bit closer and try to damage these archers here. They're the ones that can teleport to, so that torment should be very nice when they try to do so. It is just a one swing. Weaken them from afar first, and then we can try to kill. I don't mind wasting a turn killing these immortals and getting their Deathstalk ability back. Yeah, I'm going to tie up these archers who are already struggling. Hungry zombies. Kill one of our matriarchs, it's too bad. Although in the in-game here, we are going to be having mostly undead. So the matriarchs will get moved somewhere else, but undead animals. So things like bone dragons and such. Not a lot of good spots for our wyvern fledgling here, and it's gonna get shot to bits. Grab, move around the outside, and then I guess we'll just send the wyvern in. If it dies, it dies. Drop some more of their morale here. And we pass. What say you, Mabelith? I feel like polar bears need to be immune to being frozen, especially since we're in a fantasy world. These aren't just polar bears, they are... I'm trying to think of the Lore of Ice Quichel bears. And some more blessing for us. You tried and you failed. Is this Dread Spider hatchling one of ours? Yes, or is it a summon? It's a combat summon, so we don't care about it. Just go tie him up. And you're gonna go back to their team quite soon. Run all the way back here, do some damage. Well, Death Waltz, we don't have to worry about them coming back and killing us. Should hit the other unit, whoops. Just need to maybe bring our polar bear way away from the fighting. Let those summons do the work. Alright, wyvern, you're out of there as well. High morale or not. Send in the hordes of zombies. You're pinned. You are also pinned. Good luck. Hatchling to here, and then we can go... Oh, we can't quite. Well, we can in this zone. Deathstalk. Or kill. That range is awesome. Break their spirit. Well, unless we miss twice. Then it's no longer awesome. They don't have to move, but there's a very low chance of hitting anyone. Shadow step, and then we'll go for the flanker lash. Indeed. Hungry maggots. The Doom Bat goes in to distract as well. We second win and get a... Yeah, we can. Run all the way up, hit him with a curse. Oh no, your defenses have been sundered. And you're blind. Whatever shall you... And you've been hit with a Crypt Blade. And then a Great Axe too. Oh, he's... Now you're steadfast. You get rid of the rest of that health. Still stub. It's low chance regardless. But we landed. And now are there any spells to kill more of our units? Let's see. No, looks like... Oh, there it is. He did kill the wyvern with it. I saw that coming from a mile away. Don't worry, Mabelith. We can actually get 2 of those animals a turn. Killing them matters all of nothing. The old Skaven have the adage there's always more besides. Same thing here. Mabelith, it looks like your people are fleeing. That is embarrassing. Turn that demon into a maggot. Something that was probably going to happen to him in the afterlife anyway. 100% chance to hit max that goofy strong. And guess what? Now you're a maggot too. We lost a matriarch and we lost a wyvern. Which is too bad. Got a ton of resources and a staff of astral blessing. Into the glue factory with you. Oh, right. Hero level up. Mordock, the Lifebringer. Feed on despair. He gains cruel. That's great, but also we're gonna make you have a draining attack. You should probably have access to some more heals. At least a little bit. Iliarch, the Mullified, or the Muffled Screecher. The Muffled Screecher? What kind of name is... We don't need to worry about what Mavelith has going on over there in her faction. None of it is acceptable. Well, your first army got absolutely folded. Did you have anything else you wanted to try, madam? Oh, there's 2 heroes here. Flame Strike. We are going to lose units because of just she can cast Agonize and deal damage. So we're going to lose units. Maybe even the battle, let's see. That's more units than I'd like to lose. We shall do better. And that's why we can use the healers too in the form of the fairies. The life seed either hasn't been working or we haven't been using it how it's intended. Where are my bats and zombies? Ah, they're over here. Move into the forest. We'll have the little hatchlings to burst out before too long. Just don't give them good Agonize. If she chooses to kill a unit with an Agonize, so be it. We just would rather it not be something worthwhile. In fact, any of my units that have not moved and could use some heals and are of the goat variety. Let's eat some plants. We'll move forward, want to get the Hex of Broken Spirit on their hero here. And then move over and bless Big Papa. In fact, his blessing plus his own, and we're going to be swinging for a lot of damage. No blood parasites yet, though. And we'll do what we normally do, just kind of corner up over here. Shadows to man. The fact that you can do that every single turn is awesome. Will refrain from saying insane. 20 heals is more than I was expecting. Thank goodness for those flesh-carved runes. Misfortune, and they just stay here. Interesting. Well, bats, you go ahead and move in. That blood blight over here. We'll just prepare for an attack, which again, want to stay far enough away that that Agonize isn't so punishing. So just maybe move to here. X-Pack is draining their Misfortune, sudden defense, and sudden resistance every turn. That is insane. Gotta step through. Can't get anyone with any of our attacks just yet, so we'll probably stay here. Set up and let them come to us. Where things can get nice and proper spicy. Let's get a little ways away from the Shellmet Crab, that way we're not getting hit by, like I said, another giant Agonize. And then I think we'll go for Animate Flora. And tie up their leader here. Way more damage than he wanted. And then we will go ahead and turn these hatchlings this direction and pass. Alright, Ice Coffin is fair enough. It's also very cheap. Yeah, it costs 20. Yes, waste your turn, fool. Powers up our Mortal Blessing. They are kind of wary of attacking our bats and turning into maggots. Oh, they already are maggots. Whoops. Maggot time. Hit him with the web. I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, first strike. Hey, I didn't realize they got to use that first. Well, that's the way it works. Problem with the draining bite there is it will not hit first. Stealing this unit is fine. He did already use her abilities though. Enjoy your Scarlet Plague. I mean, the crabs serve as well, but if it dies kind of thing. No great moves there, so we'll just about here. Had to step through. Didn't get a crit. We'll just go for the whip. Give him some torment. Enjoy. Throw the net down this way, which does limit our actions, but we can run up in Crypt Blade. I think that's actually the call. Curse him first, and then we can hit with a bat attack and turn him into a zombie. All free. Then we get ourselves our second win. Bless you. Eat some plants. Gain some bolster resistance. And then end your turn. Move in to disrupt their leader here, or one of their other heroes. Mag is kind of in a bad spot. They will detonate soon. Don't know if there's any kind of shenanigans where they can survive this, but let's find out. Yeah, they definitely can. Stay in position. Who assist, that is? Is this a summon? No, it's one of our normal hatchlings. Well, actually, then, let's go Death Waltz on... That's not. We will instead summon in some more plants. And proceed to beat the holy smack out of that hero. He's down. And then we pass. Fulmination is weak. Ah, they do get the resurrection. Crabs are down. Well, Take them down. It really didn't seem like a life seed did anything. And it sounded like it went off and everything. It triggered. Well. Take these pole arms down next. This is the one that can heal. Now, the Tyrant Guard, I believe, does heal every turn. But based on who's surrounding him. So let's go ahead and summon in a friendo here. Gonna kill before he can heal. Not quite. Got plenty of heals herself, though. Bite these pole arms, turn them against their superiors. You might as well. If you can constrict them, they're going nowhere next turn. We can Deathstalk in here to finish off the hero again. Oh, no way. Fumbling at the worst time. Go new Pact and Broken Spirit on these ghosts, and then maybe drain a bit of their blood. But we can because they're ghosts, so that makes sense, wouldn't it? No more resurrection for you, sir. These rose bushes, and we'll have you waste their attack. And waste their attack? How much damage are you dealing? I'm sorry, 20 a swing? In what world is that? Oh, he's got strength at 1, but still. Feels a bit much. Definitely give them this fortune. Beginning with a life seed too, that'd be awesome. Now we're just gonna miss and hit ourselves in the face. It didn't really feel like the greatest of turns, did it? Got a couple knights over here who just pick these 2 units off. If we're not careful, which we're not. Should have been. Yeah, unfortunately there's no escape for him. Enjoy your blood, Parasite. We'll send the polar bear over. Will it survive? Man, we'll see. Probably not. Culmination to kill the pigs. That's not what I was suspecting. Another unit down. They're probably taking in nothing but spiders. They're low tiers. Eventually they will start to get outclassed. It really didn't take that long for them to either. Turn you into a parasite. What on earth? Oh, the fumble. We're getting those at the worst time. Get you with some torment. Keep their healer well away from the action. Got them with constricting, so we can send the Deathstalker around. Didn't quite kill. He did get decaying, though. Bless your own actions, and then let's try to kill this spearman. We can't reach them, so we'll just... One of the units is dealing what, 60 damage if you leave them in one spot. Been immobilized. We'll send you in to kill their hero here. Could hopefully break morale enough to win the battle. Since everyone likes pain so much, I just don't think that's gonna be a thing. Scarlet Plague there. Not like you're really gonna do much anyway, unless we bring in some plants to save the day. You've got lightning. I have the very grass, trees, and sky around you. Alright, well. It is always funny to see Spite Mode in action. That's another down. Blood Parasite. Yeah, they gained the Life Seed, and then... Okay, there it was. 14 health actually happened there. It worked as intended. Those grazes were also quite unfortunate. Can't death stuck. We can teleport in behind them. If they crit, you die. I believe I'm not trusting the AI. Yeah, just run up and charge him. 30 full damage, but not enough for a takedown. Yeah, so we'll give this to the polar bear, give him the death waltz, and then let the polar bear get to work. And when it dies, it doesn't matter, it comes back next turn anyway. Kills our bat instead. Mavelith has a lot of damage on her side of the field, so that's something we need to start working on. Is most of our melee attacks just have a bunch of utility, but no extra damage, whereas she is packing how much in each of these swings here? For there only being like one of these guys left, that is ridiculous. Of course, we can't hit you, so we'll just go for a Blight Storm. Lost the bat, vampire, spider, gold tusk, and the scrap. Permanent, but gain nearly 100 gold, 300 knowledge, bunch of mana and food. Now, that's definitely not going to be all of her units, but that's a good chunk of them defeated. We've burned everything in this city. This city's basically just sitting here and wasting resources at this point. So we are going to go ahead and run right back up the road. And act like we were never here. How much you've been captured? Well, we were hungry. Who shall feast upon him? Bro, is Kevin. Kevin the Eternal. Then we can take you from the crypt and turn you into another embalmed sacrifice. Our alignments change to pure evil, as we expected it would. These reinforcements in here. More Painbringers. We've just got one turn on them. I don't really want to rush, so we'll just let them recruit at normal rate. Join the army. So if you go sit on the underground passage this way, just in case they're sneaking in and went through, they can't fight everyone at the same time. They should be limited. Yeah, just didn't want to get too far away from our reinforcements. Jafvetch can have another structure. Let's go for the Temple of... Actually, that's Stability. Stability first, then the Temple of Fertility. And we'll find... Not one of the cats, no. Or the demonic angels that... Not even sure where we've met you. We want hungry horned ones. Bring in Bell... Ow, the Sculptor. Although Battle Saints are not my favorite. For what we've got set up here. ultimate supports, but we don't really want supports. With Painbringer Defender sound crazy. Prospector is not what I want, though. Let's go Sculptor, even if it is a... The Battle Saints are fantastic for your Aura builds. And I guess we could use the Healer. Battle Saint of purest evil. But with glorious locks. Yeah, you can enjoy this padded cloak. I don't think we have much else to grant to you. And if camouflage sounds great. The Staff of Freezing. Battle Saints can be just about anything. We'll grab Blight Strikes. Extra resistance or extra defense. We don't even need to know what this does. Saint's Fervor probably heals oneself. Or heals everyone around as opposed to healing one unit. Support abilities grant Fervor. Gives it Steadfast. Perfect. That shall do. Decaying, Bleeding, Blight Strikes. We don't have any spirit damage. That'll work out quite well against the other undead. Then Kevin, you can go back to leading it. It was Night Watch we had you in charge of. Yes, each conduit grants you mana. We don't have that many conduits, so we're not going to really be able to benefit from that really very much anyway. Go ahead and put the Temple of Fertility in Turnhill, that way we don't have to build any buildings for that. Hold on to any of the special province improvements. It looks like Mavelith is on the back foot. Let's recruit quickly, take out her other outpost over here, and move in on the Thorned Citadel. Alright, our turn. We have the Desecration Ritual ready to go. I guess we do need to use one of these here. Otherwise, we're out of luck on using our other spells, which I'm not here for. I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild there, which is perfect. They used a good bit of their money to rebuild it. That is a full army, too. Of nothing but polearms. Tyrant Guard for days. Then a Warbreed. Oh, that thing looks crazy with all the blood effects. How cool. You've already got the Gift of the Old Blood going. That's not cool. She's got a lot of enchantments out of nowhere. In fact, she had almost none, and now she's got all of them. Switched over into proper wartime building immediately. Which is fine, I guess. Thorned Skeleton Mage has Sanguine Bolts. I love the Rose Knights, but they are expensive. Our ruler has leveled up once again. Strength every time we land an attack, weakening magic. Summon in a wyvern instead, which is an animal as well. That actually seems like a really good idea. Oh good, we can make it over there to stop them. It's an interesting strategy, Mavelith, I can't lie. Or she's gonna burn 1 or 2 provinces. If she's watched me. She's watched me to be, been doing it to hers. Time for some vengeance. Alright, excellent. Another round of recruiting. But use the blood transfer ritual. Just quickly heal here and then get our other spells ready to go, where we can call in some more wild animals as we'll need them. An interesting opportunity this presents. Go ahead and put a forester next to the Carnival of Flesh here. These do better with being surrounded by farms, but... you know what, let's get a quarry here next to the Shrieking Shrine. Banebringer, come join. How much money do we really have? A little bit. Enough to grab a couple more blood cultists. One here and over in Tornado as well. Beautiful. Digatana. Yeah, so we're just gonna sneak around and get an eye on the Thorn Citadel and burn whatever provinces we can in the meantime. Can anyone reach them? We've got 16 movement points there, but no one can actually get close enough. So we'll want to wait. Alright, I mean, if you're gonna sacrifice units like this, saving the meek, Countess Rhaenyra Decker of Vartriv interrupts your negotiations. He sounds right. I can't pretend anymore. Why negotiate when I'll be dead tomorrow anyway? Rhaenyra Decker's voice trembles. I'm certain that pretenders to my throne are stirring up my people against me. They spread lies about my incompetence as ruler, and now I'm certain of it. They intend to take their move by taking my life. They've sent some assassins. Kevin shall be your personal bodyguard. Absolutely not. Assassins? You're a liar. Yeah, we'll get that Pact of Cooperation going so we can steal some money from a vassal. We definitely need to get to the Old Blood up and running. Avalith got some scary stuff out of nowhere. Lock the Blood Axarch and give us some more abilities. Summon Wild Animal here. We shall grab a Shrieking Bat. It's undead. Just the lava hisses at him as he digs that up. Excellent. We shall take... ooh, let's take their food. Argon Blood and the Tranquility Pool are great, but we're gonna take their food for now. Oh, I know. Purest of blasphemy. Love the spear's gonna stack up here, because I'm not sure if the Torak is going to attack us as well. You very well might. The pole arms get ready to defend together. Join up. We'll go ahead and have you a Blood Cultist. I'd rather have you than the bats. We'll bring the bat away. Oh, or I'll just bring both of them away. That also works. We'll get the gift of the Old Blood going after we summon another animal. This time it being a Doombat, because it's undead. No, it will not evolve, but it's undead. So. I'm sorry, risky battle? Where are my allies? Bring everyone in together. Can the Painbringer make it? Excellent. I'd like to not have to fight this battle. We'll see. Our resolve says... we lose a bat. I mean, maybe. I see no reason the bats can't survive. Oh, it's the elevator to take you down to the basement realm in Elden Ring. Now, where's my combat summons, Doombat? You are gonna live up to your name. Yeah, this time will not be done. We'll just go ahead and summon everything right off the bat. This one's not a combat summon, Doombat. We gotta keep that in mind. Combat summons to the fore. Pact of Broken Dreams on this idiot. Unit gains, and the target unit gains hit points per stack of fervor. Does not generate. I was not correct in what it does. Oh, that's fine. Stay central here. Death Cultist round. Well, we've also got our Bone Wyvern, our new summon. You missed. Send over those parasites and our polar bear. And we pass. There's the Agonize. If she has enough magic, she's gonna use that on repeat here. Which is lame, but there's no reason not to. It's like 40 damage. 40 frost damage. Plus stacks of torment. So we're gonna use it back on her. Enjoy the agony. Let that echo a bit. Oh, what is it loud? That's too bad, isn't it? We'll Scarlet Plague, their weaker unit. Have the Painbringer. Oh, you can't teleport to there. That's too bad. And with a whip. More torment for you. You kinda need this blood maggot to get slain in retaliation. There we go. It detonates. Giving everyone even more lovely parasites. Poison Blast. Then with the Shriek, our bats aren't doing that much damage, so we'll just walk in with the Crypt Blade, does it kill? And we'll Draining Bite. Mind Control resisted. Yeah, resistance is fine. We're just not going to bring you into our undead army then. Big swipe. One of the only is it didn't have a plague now. Feels like he's not being left out. Maggots pop up right next to, then we can go ahead and move up, hit him with the freeze. Freeze was resisted. That's another kill. Let me get a maggot there. We'll have them consume the corpse. Same thing with you. 13 damage. Yeah, just 2 of those kills most tier 1-2 units, which is crazy. Managed to take out my blood mages like that. As soon as they're immortal though, or they're not immortal, they're an undead unit. We can make that not as big a deal pretty easily. Curse you. Get you with the bats. Get you with the crypt blade. The normal hit as well. Zombies can finish you off. Painbringer with the whip flank. I can't use the... You can't use your poison attack every turn, huh? Strange. 90% chance. 41 damage. They can't move through for the units, so we gotta maneuver through here somehow. You resisted the echo, huh? Impressive. There's a stab, and I think we pretty much have him there. Move in, 90% chance to kill. Did end up losing one of our blood cultists. How much health did they have to start out? We have 55 health, means that just 2 of those agonizes is a pretty easy kill. It's expensive, but if you're the AI and you don't care about that kind of thing. Rain Familiar. Now we're going to go ahead and pick up Stunning Drain. Well, we are still in my territory, so plenty of heals abound, and I don't see any other armies outside of... Oh, she's got the Parliament of Twisted Limbs down here. I don't feel like this Parliament gets much done. I don't mind threatening the Thorn Citadel. Might pull some units out of her side settlement there. Get them out of hiding. Stay in our territory, we get a ton of heals. Any units that can still move, bring them forward, and it's just the one here that can't. Alright, the Painbringer will have them move down to join us. I want the Night Guard to go sit in Sanguine Valley. Because I don't trust Vitorak. Then we shall activate the gifts of the old ones and wait 6 whole turns. Become properly empowered. You stay in the valley. Production at Tournil. Let's get a mint going. And then at Night Watch, we can pick up another Blood Cultist. Rush this for 20, and then get a Granary in. Excellent. The people shall grow so we can harvest them. Alright, turn 74, and actually, Mavelith is going to come outside of the Thorn Citadel to deal with us herself. Oh, she's got a bag. It's kind of spicy. Bag of spicy Doritos and a smile that would chill the heart of anyone. Actually, what kind of inversion, dispel magic? What does dispel magic do? Loses 2 negative side effects of a friendly or positive ones of an enemy. Really not that impactful, so we're not gonna really worry about it too much. Dig this up for me, thank you. And we'll get ready for Vitorak to try anything. Will he? I don't know, but I'm not gonna give him the chance. Let's go Temple of Fertility. Orders received. Where are the other polearm goats? I could have swore we had more of those. Oh, here they are. Excellent, almost there. Perfect, perfect. Well, let's keep the Painbringers moving on down and join the main line here, which is also going to keep moving. We've got Mavelith and another squad right next to her, so she's got plenty of heroes. But we're just going to start taking her things away from her. One at a time. Siege Project will go for the raiding party and nothing else. Full health pretty much, let's move on over. And this group shall be your charge. Let's move in right behind the Lord then. At least our leader, our glorious leader. Let's have the piggies do some scouting. So they've got Living Fog, a couple of tier 3s, and a Painbringer. So taking that fight is going to be scary, but also very worth it. Let's move in. Low risk battle auto resolve might be able to handle this one for us. Alright, we lose a pursuer and a pig. I'm going to accept that. Glorious victory, and we're just gonna stay. I'd love to have you disband and go back home, but I don't think that's an option. Either way, we can send a couple of our other units here to sneak around and burn these different provinces again. Is that a really good idea? Base Sal gotta level up. Excellent. Base Sal, we give you Mist Away, Relentless Charge. 2 Sundered Defense is crazy. Extra critical hit chance, a chance to burn people. Extra critical hit chance and a chance to burn people sounds great. Good for you there, Baysal. Your blade is what, a tier 4? Memento Mori. Memento Mori is great. Crown of Hyper Awareness, and then the Robe of Hexing. So extra magic damage, which will help out your Siphon Blood attack, but I don't think anything else here. So, what about Reinforced Just Blade instead? And then we can come on in here and try to make some boots. Some boots that at least can give us very fast movement. If I have to pay any extra, I'm not interested. Okay, so we can get one more point. So maybe we put that infusion point into, well, slipaways. Not a bad call. Doesn't trigger opportunity attack. Let's do that. Very fast. We can move wherever we want. Shoes of the Blood Rider. Yes. Except for shoes is kind of boring. These are boots. Boots of the Blood Rider. Turtle Kevin is leveled up as well. We give you regeneration whenever, but you get hit by attacks. With yes, slippery and swift. Let's go Plague Shot. Yeah, so another scout can just move on in here and burn this. Oh no, they're gonna get caught. Well, that's too bad. They may choose not to pursue, we'll see. Send the rest of these over to guard the Sanguine Valley. We've got 130 gold. Another province for the valley, excellent. These bountiful fields are boosted per adjacent province with fungal or grasslands. Would actually have to own the area, which is nice. Well, then let's go ahead and pick up the forester here. But hello there, Maka. He pushes the door all the way open on our way in. Your armies regenerate just extra hit points per turn. I think that's a good call. More healing. Dark Vigor. Mavelith sends a lot of guys to go hunt down our scout. Surprising, they managed to kill them. Let's see if we can escape. Well, it's a scout, it doesn't matter. Day 75, Mavelith is actually going to put a lot of pressure on these escaping heroes. Which I will admit is surprising. Run. And I don't think we can get far enough away. Mavelith will catch us. Unless we maybe go for something kind of goofy and maybe threaten nihilism with this unit here. Otherwise, they're getting caught for sure. For sure. This outpost is about to fall. You might want to send one of the other armies around to assist. Baysau, you go make your presence felt. Bring Painbringer over here. In fact, let's go ahead and have these units up in Sanguine Valley. Rotate back down to Blood Meadow. Along our roads there, we'll leave just one of you in the valley then. Our Blood Rider boots are done. We can go ahead and give these to, of course, Bloodhorn. And then we'll just start making more of them, because everyone can use those boots. And it'll give us lovely Pantheon experience for when we're done with this realm, even if we manage to lose. Utility Temple is done in Blood Metal. That's incredible. 204 food. We're making Thrall like crazy. The population has slowed down quite a bit, though. Damage spells and debuff spells apply an additional 5 morale loss. Let's grab the Ritual Chamber. And then we are still kind of waiting 4 turns. That's what it is, unfortunately. Blood Cultists, let's go join the fight down here. And you two should be more than enough to fight an outpost with no one hiding inside of it. Yep, go join the front lines. We've got an Arch Vampirus to deal with. We don't have any walls here. Well, that needs to change immediately. Or we just lose it to a random army. And then right afterwards, you can set up the Soul Vault. Nah, not yet. Take way too long. Alright, let's knock the... Oh, we actually got 100 gold for the outpost. I'll let you deal with that then. Mine, we shall just capture it. The Blood Emperor's Rose Palace is where we need to go clear. So we might as well turn and grab whatever's in here. Of course, we've already got the boots of the Blood Rider, thank you. Below, the sculptor. Mordock Lifebringer, you're on a horse at least. Kevin is not, and needs some boots. See, Blades of Decay is great, but it doesn't give us any extra damage, which is something we have been sorely lacking in. Revels of Blood. Let's grab this and continue to power through our research tree. We know there's a brigand camp here, thank you. Go destroy this Crusader host. Now that's your job. Another province for Turnil, and we are absolutely going to come up here and grab this mine. More mines. Do we have any actual prospecting governors? No. We do not. Mint at Turnil is awesome. I would love more gold than this. We're all kind of maxed out here. I said the Merchants Guild, which we're definitely going to have. Bathhouse isn't even really needed at Turnil just yet. We'll let that continue to produce us some gold. What about Nightwatch? A library, a market, shrine. The Basilicas of Lamentation we do want to start building. But we need good spots for them. What are they buffed up by? Adjacent farms and adjacent foresters. Oh, those are one of the most useful. Well, you put that here, and it can split the difference, and we can just kind of surround it. Seems pretty good. Silicon of Lamentation. Let's do the same up here in Night Watch. We'll put it down on here, and we'll surround it with farms. Excellent. I think at this point we probably need to transition into full unit production. So none of what we've been doing. We need to switch to actually making units. To the front lines. That threw off our decision making immensely, didn't it? Well, that's perfect. Looks like Mavelith and one of her armies is here. So we can then focus on knocking out a couple more of these nodes and just making some gold. Cannot build through unaligned domain. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. That allows us to come all the way up here. Should be able to auto-resolve this battle. It's still pretty nasty, but... Ugh. Don't want to lose units, even if it's a bat. Even our bats are worthwhile. Our combat summon bats are not, on the other hand. Yeah, we're not going to get as many as I would like. What if we Blight Plague? Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh, it does get all four of them. Never mind, that's entirely fine. Time strengthen. We'll go for the shot back here on their archers, and we manage to poison them, and that's it. Well, March of the Summons. This polar bear needs to find a new home pretty soon. Not my favorite unit. And I think we do want a nice kind of blend of tier 1 and 2 units to power up our tier 3 matriarchs. And even the matriarchs might find a new home because they're not undead. We shall see. Bless the Painbringer. Any other buffs for you? Looks like no. So we shall pass. These Zephyr Archers? What are these? I keep forgetting that Zephyr Archers are different than longbows. When I see a tier 3 bowman, I'm very used to the longbows. Enjoy all that torment. We'll move and go for the Freezing Blast. Nice. And now that you can't move, well, let's just go for the Draining Strike. Critical hit on the third swing. And drop these Zephyr Archers for me. Well, if we're about to turn them to our team, I don't think we want to blind them. But since it is just the one ogre... Well, Echoing Shriek here, even if it misses. Oh, 2 misses. That's way too bad. Alright, Doombat. Die for the glory of the Empire. And to summon in a beautiful worm. Yeah, I'll go ahead and curse you. And then we'll hit you with a bite. Switch teams. You're a summon, go after this bigger unit, not the smaller one that doesn't matter as much. Matriarch, go for the big web. Immobilize at the very least. And they're all bleeding except for you anyway, so high chance for it to turn into a lovely Better sight. Another web. And then we go for the enemy flora. Right here. And we'll weaken their cultists. Pyromancer with it. Does it have the Hemomancer ability? That is a really cool looking blended effect there. Hemomancy with flame. Well, a pretty uneventful turn for our foes. Let's move around and smack the old Chaos boy. Hero Worm as well. It's a promotion in most cases. And that flank's gone. Everyone turns into a parasite. Then do we just go for the shiv? For good measure? Yeah. Was there any reason for that? No. No, not even a little bit. Gotta stop. Go for the whip. Enjoy all your torment. Then we need to quickly hit him with a couple of shrieks to try to make sure it can't just drain all the debuffs around it to heal. Once more, we'll Death Waltz. It's low enough on health, I don't trust it. And that lets us win like this. Glorious. A ton of gold gained. And that gives us an opportunity to see if Mavelith wants to respond once again. Let's find one of our fast units we don't care about, like you. Lovely Immortals. In fact, Immortals are great. Let's get a couple more. Very expendable. And they deal a pretty... No, Doombad, I don't want you. They deal a pretty decent amount of damage. Let's go for the stone walls, keep you safe down here in Josh Vetch. Oh, I guess you can come straight down the middle here, too. That's pretty fair. Let's go this way, though. Archblood's Altar. You spears, I think we're actually pretty safe. You come up to the Sanguine Valley and then go into proper guard mode. And then, yeah, we'll keep up the pressure. She retreats, we advance. Plus, we have the heals now that we can easily keep up the advance. Then we pass with a whole absolute heap of mana. We can't even use it anywhere, which is a little bit unfortunate. The good news is... she doesn't want to trade anything. The good news is we always have mana in our battles. We just don't have to worry. We can use any of our spells, no problem. So they are aggressively at war here. I don't know if she's claimed Fiend Furnace. It sounds like one of them for him. Sacrificial Gardens, Silver Forge. That's one of hers. New Dawn's Watch Keep. Be cool if you got to play as this faction instead. Maybe after you win, it gives you a different version of the scenario. I'm sorry, who? Some random cats chase down my Outrider. Well, I mean, that's the way it works sometimes. They escaped, though. Nice try, cats. Day is ours, and now we have the Ritual Chamber done. Can we actually see that here? And our castle's getting quite ornate. It is all over the top of our city here. Awesome. At the start of battle, attacking units gain 10 morale, and defending units are inflicted with bleeding. The Crimson Court. Tier 3, 4, and 5 units you own gain 5 hit point regeneration, 2 experience. And they get the Crimson Court Magistrate. Oh, so if you conquer a city, You get all sorts of different bonuses, and then vassals just give you mana per population. Let's lock this one, and this time we're going to go ahead and grab our Blood Exarch. It's time to get some good units. Oh, Griselda fell in combat with Mavelith. So she's also fighting? Man, Mavelith has a lot of armies then. Oh, here they are.
Ooh.
Seems foolish to bring your weaker squad. Can we reach? Oh, we can. We don't get to use everyone, which is a huge problem. Yeah, we've just put ourselves in a pretty bad spot. Well, yeah, because we need them to be able to move right here. But all of these units don't have enough movement themselves. That's too bad. Well, we'll deal with that in just a moment. I believe we have the mana to make that work, but Oh, hello there. Dorak is moving around the Sanguine Valley. Interesting strategy. Boss. Interesting strategy. Yeah, Sindar Expendable Raider Horde in. Yeah, go burn this for me. Keep up the war of attrition. Oh, it'd be great if we had just enough movement. I guess I could disband these bats. Permanently, yes. And bring the hero in. It's gonna still make the fight really gross, but we have a much better chance to win like this. Risky battle against Mavelith? Let's say you want to resolve. Resolve says we lose. Let's hope not. We lose this one, we're in bad shape. Thankfully, though, she doesn't really deal that much damage, so if we get her to close the gap, we can do some work. And she steal units. She drains familiars, and she is going to dominate completely, which is not great. Feels like we're a long ways apart here in this battle. Eat these roses so they're not damaging you. Let's go ahead and keep the bats up front. And the Shrieking Bat is really low in health. I mean, we can move in and get some of the Hex. I just think we might be putting ourselves in a pretty bad position. They can reach, but if they don't get a freeze, drop the Hex on their leader, and then run. Bless the Painbringer, give them the Strengthen as well. Blood Cultist and our Deathstalker. Got on 2 flanks on the islands. Let's see how this goes. The Sleep of Oblivion just kills a unit. They come back and are inflicted with insanity. That's incredible. Dread Spider Matriarch's gonna come back against us. Okay, then Bear, you stay here. I mean, how much does Sleep of Oblivion cost? That had to be really expensive. Is there a way to replay it? No, there's not. Now, either way, that had to be an expensive cast. Mavelith does an alright amount of damage. We do not, on the other hand. Giving her misfortune is amusing. Everyone can reach. But only one would be able to. Man, go for it. Misfortune didn't happen. I put the Painbringer in the woods, Deathstalker nearby, and then the Cultist too. You want to move in, it's going to be a bad time for you. Keeping everything else back is pretty sketchy, but it's just the way it is. Moving the spiders. I mean, that retaliation's pretty brutal. The second wind. Yeah, we want to move in and try to follow our bats, so let's go ahead and give you the extra damage. Bless. And then we can run in. Bloodblight there. Enjoy your parasites. Poison Blast. You're a charge attacker, so we'll just move you into the way of both of these units here and go into defense mode. Kill them at your own peril. Status protection is pretty perfect. We go try to go for a freeze. Are you immune to freeze? Hang on now, what? Ah, the Frostling. Frostling transformation kind of hides there with the Painbringer. Wouldn't be surprised if our foe tries to kill our bats there, but we'll see. We go for an Agonize, deal how much damage? These are all Frostlings we're fighting, so really not much. I'm gonna drop it either way. Alright, cool, then we pass. Mavelith. Interesting. Does freeze the spider. He's the head of the Painbringer. I'll admit I wasn't expecting that one. These spiders look cool with the... other than just the lightning blades. Yeah, it's lightning blades. It looks awesome, though. Alright, my turn. So glad you're back. Oh, it has temporary hit points. That's pretty brutal. And we have no way of getting rid of its insanity. Web them up. You are immobilized now, friends. You gotta find the right targets. Anything that doesn't already have a parasite is a good target. Also, would love to get a crit blade. Let's go ahead and move up and curse you. Enjoy. We can crit blade doesn't quite kill. Let's go for the bats. You blind? What about now? If we manage to crit, although the fumble's gonna make it not happen. That's too bad. Blood Maggot, go ahead and have it. Yourself a little bit of feast. Let's try to kill this leader here. Great. Also try to make sure our crit blade actually works. Ah, the grays. Saw that coming. Misfortune has been removed. Well, let's just go ahead for the normal charge strike killer then. Just a clean 43 damage. For her to regain 8 points. Yes, indeed. Critical hit's all we needed there. And you're a maggot. You're off these elementals because a maggot all of a sudden burst out of the chest of the guy they were fighting alongside. That I respect. And these spiders are likely doomed. Bless the Painbringer once again. We eat these trees? The answer is no. Deathstalker's not doing bad damage at all. If we go for an Agonize, though, that's a bunch of damage. The Scarlet Plague to make sure she turns into a maggot upon death. Painbringer to make sure she's done. Done and dusted. Although we can teleport behind you. Gain us a little bit of extra damage because we're next to some spiders that just fiddle yacht. Excuse me. I said we fiddle yacht them. Well, there she goes. That's no more casting for you. And now Mordark is more or less safe enough to move away. We're probably going to lose our blood cultist in response. Not much of a response, though, I can't lie. So your health, that you stay here with our insane spider, please. Bloodhorn, get you a second wind going. Oh, are there any corpses to raise? Oh, there's not. Because we turned them all into maggots. Who would have guessed? Alright, we'll have a quick cut as the sister wizard gave the call, let me know what was going on there. And we return. Alright, so let's go ahead. Man, as soon as you get to take down Mabelith, or whatever their faction leader is, it just feels so good. Because now the battle's pretty much over. Are there still ways for me to lose? Oh, absolutely. And I can promise you I could find them if need be. We'll go for the kill over the damage. Make ourselves yet another worm and have it put to the feast immediately. Make sure we're killing the one unit. Morale drops, as we've seen several times in our campaigns, are enough to just win for you. Well, our spider feasted upon bear flesh for long enough. It could finally bring it back in to actually help. Drop out the webs there. This one's already running for the hills. Let's go after the others. No bodies to feast upon, so let's just go ahead and get into... Wait, what? Does that make you... Oh, it doesn't actually let you move further. I was gonna say, that's crazy. Now, worm your way on in. Blessed. Now, blessings you can use quite often. We can freeze. We can at least freeze the bats. They don't stop moving. Here's the other variant of bat that's lazy. You're seated up with life, whether you wanted it or not. Couple of large crits, the Death Stalker. I don't even think we need to. Well, if one hits all it takes, we do. Love the sound on the life scene too, just the sound of the kind of trunks crackling. Love me some Major Wonders, gang. If that wasn't obvious. Across the field, raise some zombies. Which for us are just the bats because they're undead. And then we agonize. In this case, actually, everyone in some trees, like raising some bushes to protect us, the best call. You tried. Almost brought down the worms there. Yeah, it's running over the bite. Oh, we can't because it's an elemental. Would make sense. Painbringer, let's teleport. Try to get a flank. Oh, it doesn't count as a flank, does it? That's too bad. It's still a massive amount of damage. That leader's down. And I'm not thinking the rest are going to stick around for long. Another death, more critical hit chance. Gets a crit, dies, and then gets to detonate. Giving you a lovely parasite, which we can exploit by leaping in and stabbing you in the neck. They're basically the Assassin's Creed character. And they're running for the hills. We will claim victory. Most excellent. We lost one of our dread spider hatchlings. They almost became a matriarch, but I would trade that for a Hilda vampire any day. Channeling mantles or magic can be stronger than the armor-piercing divine bane. Where's it getting the armor piercing? It's condemned, it's burning, and it's Celestial Slayer. I'm going to destroy both of these. Thank you, Mavelith. We actually need the money more at the moment, and then we shall eat as started. Yum yum. Mordark is easily gonna level up. Let's go ahead and give that to the Lifebringer. The Unlifebringer, it should be his actual name. And then we shall embalm you. Only for the sacrifice, not for the mana. Mordark gets another signature skill. I think we're going to go for the Adept of Nature. Withering Decay. Reclaiming attacks is awesome sounding, but we do like our blood drain effects to be mind controlling enemies. It's simply the best. Yeah, I mean, she'll be back next turn, so there's no reason to try to press that advantage. Let's just go ahead and heal. Heal as much as possible. Oh, this belongs to Mavelith the whole time. Not for long, it doesn't. Mine. Cultist go join with that defense group. The front lines call. I mean, she's got a couple of units over here that could jump out and try to attack us, but I'm not so worried. Move in. I thought you had more movement than you do, though. Okay, we've got plenty of little mortals bopping around. Down to the south now. Nightwatch can annex another province, and I think it shall grab. We don't need any more conduits. Let's pick up another research post. 460 knowledge. The Throne of Blood. Go for it. I wish we could make it only cost mana, but such is not the way. Alright, then we'll go ahead and churn out a bunch more Immortals. I didn't mean more than one a turn, but sounds good to me. Yeah, Thornock's over there. We're going to ignore him and go straight after the Blood Emperor's Palace. We'll go this way. Alright, most excellent. Like I said, we've got so much mana. Gotta find something to spend it on. Yeah, and one of the main problems with the Fog of War being you don't have a very good, or at least you don't have very good information on your enemy. This is nasty. Got no choice, can't let auto handle it. Well, that's close, let's see. It's not gonna win. No, we get crunched. Let's try it ourselves, though. They do take down a few before they go. Thankfully, with the amount of mana we have, we can just bring our heroes back from the grave and no problem. And this is a very cheap army to replenish. It is just a little bit unfortunate. We're going to draw them into a choke point then. No fauna to snack on means pass turn. They have kind of learned how to deal with a oblique order. Not all the way. We'll continue to move over so we can corner up. Snack on these trees and get moving. Regeneration's pretty nice. We will cast an Agonize. On these four. Excellent. And then we pass. And as units die, we are actually going to generate more casting points, so we can use those Agonize. Oh yeah, enjoy healing yourself, fool. She leaned into the Tome of Light for healing. Or whatever tome gives you these light spirits. AI is not dumb. However, that is an incredibly potent spell. Just keep weakening him. That's got a lot of range. Go ahead and try to mind control, and they get displaced back perfectly positioned to behind you. Eat these trees. Gives you some fortune. We've got a nice little defensive zone over here now. I'm not gonna get anywhere near you. Or range. Nice try. Goes the freeze, which we managed to avoid. We get a rally effect, dragged over, and get strengthened. Looks like we are constricted, though, so we can't move. That is kind of concerning. A game of keep away ends now. Move to here, jump in. Not quite a kill. Heal yourself there. How far can the giant move? The giant can't actually hit anyone, which is pretty nice. Allows us to get a Scarlet Plague in. Then I think we drop down and agonize. We're out of casting points now, so we do need to start getting some kills. Oh man, almost. If we get a single crit here, actually, let's snack on some of this foliage. Drink it. Bolster resistance is fine. There it is. And then the life seed goes out. And we get a worm. The worm we're trying to kill. Oh, the mage is one step away. We'll just go into defense mode then. Well, that's just about worst case scenario. We can't heal that, but maybe they'll dispel it. I don't know why they would, but maybe they will. Yeah, Deathstalker's definitely having some trouble. You teleport them away. Good plays. Torment and Life Seed. It's not gonna be an amazing charge, but it's still some damage. Getting frozen there is the worst. I don't think we have any way to strengthen the lifesteal Death Waltz. And they surrounded our units that actually matter. And they're not doing a bad job here of causing us trouble. That's for sure. 15 damage as opposed to about the same. Well, only 50% chance to hit. Oh, it's because he's in the shrubbery. I don't think there's any way we get the Death Cultist out of there. It didn't kill. Why? It said it was going to. That's too bad. Cultist. You move away, you die. Eat these trees, get some bolstered resistance. Takes damage and bleeds. In this one instance, might be what we need here. We do have to sacrifice the cultist, but that's okay. Yeah, giant is a problem. Now they're focusing down Heart Leader. Good idea. Dies to self-damage. This thing's back on their team now, which is fine. Drop a parasite here. Let the other parasite get to work. Nom-nomming through you and making a parasite, which we can then use to try to take up their retaliation. Beautiful. Heal up a smidge, and that's a kill. Big damage cuts out one of their models. Go ahead, heal. 59 health points. And then we'll summon in... I mean, we can summon, or we can just kill units. This is with the behind you. We actually managed to win this one. The power of blood parasites. You would eat that body, and if you die, now you explode even more. How exciting. Everyone even go for the flank. The aura of tyranny, they say. Ah, your life seeded. She spent good money on you, Giant. It's a shame you managed to fail her so. We'll go ahead and just mind control you. Didn't quite work this time. Like that means we just come in here, go for another agonized for another kill. Have you realized how futile fighting me is yet? That sets them up perfectly. Oh, we can't even use it yet. Hang on. There's a way. Well, maybe there's not. Maggots, get them. We could fly in and kill. If we have just enough, yeah, we do. To go for the no, we don't. Is to go for the unnecessary agonize. Kill. Death Waltz. Take this one out too. Dance of Death, most supreme. 2 armies for the price of not even 1. Day 78, and now defenses are down in this city. And we've got gore galore. Wrapped in bloody bandages, the chairwoman of the Hungry Horn Woman's Council greets you with pride. Wear your horns, Hungry Horn One. Strength and blood, Elder Goat, she exclaims with a raised fist. The weak fall and are cold like vermin. Brutalized by constant battles, these people turn any conflict into carnage. We lose stability for each population, but we gain extra experience in combat. The mark of the butcher. The weak fall. As is their right. Let's get past the tome of the temple here, the temple of the tome. Ruler has leveled up, we get. Unholy leader. Or eventually that's going to be great. Because we moved through a little bit too quick. All army leader, all non-hero undead units have 10% more damage, 15 hit points, 2 fire resist, and 2 spirit resist. So like our VATs that are in the army are extremely boosted. And lose some of their weaknesses. Bella, we want you back in your army, but that was some sneaky plays we had to make to kill Mavelith. Moving up is still not what I would say is a good idea. We're gonna let her continue to waste resources killing us. We're sending more resources after us that we can just kill. And actually, at this point, it may be a good idea for us to turn and go after the Blood Emperor's Rose Palace. Send one of the Painbringers with. That's a decent army. I just don't like these polar bears. So instead of the polar bear, let's send you a blood cultist. Now keep them safe while we flip the Archblood's altar. Got ourselves another immortal. We'll start sending those guys down too. Pull the reinforcements. Yes, converge on Nilzadum. It's like Karn Doom, but not nearly as scary. We shall set up a raiding party, then some rebels of blood. Outside of their settlement here. And then, yeah, just keep blowing up their stuff in the meantime. We're going to raise Nilzadum. There's no reason to keep it. It's a garbage area for a city. Food and draft means more warriors for the front line. Immortals, let's go ahead and bring you two round to join with this defensive group. We've got two pretty sizable armies, but we still want to be careful. Quarter of the Needle needs some production. Arrival of Flesh gets better depending on where other farms are around, so we'll just put... I want to put it here, actually. 2 turns before we have more population. At this point, we're not spending any more Imperium. Let's go for the Estate Hall. Even more growth. All of your heroes instantly gain a rank seems amazing. Provinces with forests are going to counteract that butcher mark aggressively, or we get extra mana per resource node. That extra vision range is actually going to come in pretty clutch here. So now we can see further. In fact, into the Thorn Citadel a little ways, and any of our units in our territory are now invisible. Day 79 is upon us, and one of the last things we're going to do here, you set up an outpost next to the Crypt of the Deathless God, did you? That's what I would call a mistake, sir. We'll deal with you soon. This polar bear can find a new home. The Blood Cultists can join, and we'll just build a road over here to the Blood Emperor's palace. Don't worry, Blood Emperor, we shall fix your garbage infrastructure. Upon yonder hill dawns an awesome yet doleful structure. It appeals, yes, abandoned, although it still emanates a powerful evil aura. The grounds before, the rose-choked palace were marked by blood-soaked swamps, reeking with the odious stench of death. Yeah, if it's blood swamps, these are gonna smell so bad, and create a wall. Its silent inner courtyard is fitted off with a vast, creeping wall of razor-sharp thorn bushes, overseen by petrified gargoyles that ward off unwanted visitors. They protect the unhallowed palace where countless lives of mortals were sacrificed in ancient blood rites and orgies of the bygone days, when the Blood Emperor Turtle reigned supreme. Blood orgies. Yeah, we definitely don't want him to return. Lo, this is the vacated Blood Emperor's Rose Palace. Its shadowed halls and corridors are said to harbor unspeakable secrets as well as a single rose of legendary splendor. Press on. And get back to building roads. Like I said, fix your garbage bad guy infrastructure. Our spider's a little bit wounded. Oh, also, so the last thing we're going to do for today's episode is the Gift of the Old Blood. We can Desecration Ritual here, just to damage them as they try to come through and stop us. And then we can go for the Gift of the Old Blood on our Horned Ones. They are now all vampires. Oh, we've got red eyes, too. This looks incredible. The blood kind of is swirling around them all. They're undead, they've got Life Drinker. When adjacent units die, they gain Strengthen and Heal. And then base attacks have a chance of inflicting parasites. Incredible. Next, we'll go ahead and pick up the Blades of Decay, or can we get the Blood Transfer Ritual's gonna take an extra turn? Oh, in that case, let's go for the Morbid Sacrifice. Expensive, but very worth it in this instance here. Oh, we can't get through, can we? Yeah, there's a random hawk in the way. Up and around, then. Mavelith is back for all the good that's going to do them here. Let's send the Immortals. They're going to need the reinforcements. There's no telling what Mavelith is going to throw at us. So we shall... Oh, are they upgrading something here? Burn. Not anymore, you're not. Production in Night Watch. Probably want to put that somewhere like right here. So instead, let's go ahead and just pick up another library. Library is kind of boring, but gives us more knowledge, so at the same time, it's very not. Alright, well that's going to be all the time I have got for today. We've made a good deal of progress, and now are finally moving in on the Emperor's Palace to try to claim his legendary rose, and in fact, we're probably going to go take it to Dvorak, show him what it looks like, and then beat him to death with it, which is going to be fun. We already have Mapeleth on the back foot. We are at her treasury of the Tormentors, or I guess, sorry, not the treasury, but the Thorned Citadel, where all we really get to do is converge all of our armies at the same time, and Mapeleth shall be no more. Thanks for stopping on by. If you enjoyed today's video, please do remember to leave a like for the like god, and a sub for the sub phone, and I'll see you all in the next one.